Welcome to the Daily Atheist. My name is DiPrima. This is a YouTube comedy show on my channel. Different from the serious show that I did, the DiPrima show. So this is my YouTube version of the Daily Show with Jon Stewart. Okay, so what I want to talk about is last night was trending on MSNnews.com. I know what my conservative haters are going to say, that a liberal piece of shit. But in all honesty, trending on MSN News last night was a little thing regarding Rosie O'Donnell's daughter. Now, what little thing am I specifically talking about? Well, she left home again. And that's kind of comical, really. I mean, why did she leave home? Was it the loud sex Rosie O'Donnell was having? I mean, why did she leave home? So, that was honestly a thought in my head, that she wanted to get away from the loud lesbian sex. But I'm part of the gay community. I can make this joke. But honestly, I'm curious why this happened. And earlier, this was on the web. Rosie O'Donnell's daughter moves in with her birth mother. Now, quite honestly, that's depressing. To adopt a child and raise it from a baby and to realize that they want to move in with their birth parent, that's depressing. But is there a reason why this happened? Well, let's find out. Rosie O'Donnell's daughter, Chelsea, has decided to move in with her birth mother, Wisconsin resident Deanna McCauley. People has confirmed. Chelsea, quote, Chelsea made a decision when she turned 18 that she wanted to go to her birth mother. This was her choice. O'Donnell's publicist, Cindy Berger, tells People. O'Donnell is not commenting on her daughter's decision. The comedian adopted Chelsea, who turned 18 Monday in 1997. Earlier this month, the teen went missing for a week. Later, she was found by police in New Jersey, home of an alleged heroin addict, Stephen Shearer. O'Donnell revealed Chelsea suffers from mental illness and has been offered medication at the time of her disappearance. So, mental illness, first thing that pops in my head is depression. But who knows? Maybe she has something more serious than that. But the thing is, though, as much as the joke that I made about her daughter leaving due to loud lesbian sex is funny, as much as that's funny, you could joke about something to make a situation a little less depressing than it already is. And I feel completely heartbroken for Rosie O'Donnell. I do. Because when you adopt a child, it brings joy into your life that you're a parent, that you're going to raise this child to be a good person. But when they decide that they're going to move out at 18 to go with the birth parent who didn't want them to begin with, that's heartbreaking for a child to leave a parent who wants them. And that is really heartbreaking. I sincerely feel sorry for Rosie O'Donnell. I really do. Since this first show isn't going to be that long, anyway, so let's take a look at a Christian anti-masturbation commercial, then I'll comment on it. This was produced by Nicolas Cage, by the way. No, Kirk Cameron. Kirk Cameron produced this.
The temptations of the Great War are many. The battles are real, and the strategies are clever. The enemy is cruel, ruthless, and relentless. We must not underestimate the danger. We must be vigilant and valiant. A lonely, confused young man gets addicted to pornography. His roommates know, but they do nothing to help him. He stops going to church, and there is darkness in his eyes. The young man is spiritually wounded on the battlefield of the Great War. In our modern society, the enemy has spread fear of getting involved when someone's in trouble. And has fostered a social stigma against people who speak up in the face of evil. The enemy whispers, "Don't get involved. It's not your problem. Don't tell. You'll be a tattletale." Oh, brothers and sisters, don't leave the wounded on the battlefield. Stick together. You don't need to be a more righteous than thou person. We're all sinners. We all have troubles. We've all been spiritually wounded in the battles of the Great War. But you who have felt the redeeming power of Christ, you who know his love and his grace, you know he can heal all wounds. If you reach out in a spirit of love and humility, you can help the spiritually wounded find the Savior. If you need to, talk to your bishop. Tell someone who can do something that you have a friend in trouble. Don't be silent. Don't leave the wounded on the battlefield.
First of all, I want to address a couple of things that the video got right. Porn addiction can be a problem. This isn't a joke. Porn addiction, if someone is really addicted to porn, they're jacking off to pornography 24/7, regardless of what it is. It can really make you forget fantasy from reality, and there's a problem with that. Porn addiction is a legitimate problem. If you want to watch a great documentary called Confessions of a Porn Addict, I'm not sure where you would find anything on Amazon Instant Streaming, but it is a legitimate problem. And if you are addicted to porn, you can't leave your computer because of it, I would suggest seek help. But you cannot, however, you cannot convert someone to Christianity just because they have a porn addiction. You just can't. Perfect example. You still have priests that are molesting little boys and girls, and they're moved from church to church, and it's still hush hush silent. Okay, so you can't. So it's wrong to be silent if someone has a porn addiction, but it's not. But it's not wrong to be silent when there's a rape victim within your own fucking church. I mean, that boggles my mind. How is that right and the other one is wrong? I'd rather much deal with a porn addict than a pedophile priest. The other thing is, first of all, Wounded on the Battlefield. Now that sounds like a legitimate Vietnam movie, a title of a possible Vietnam film, and I would love to write a movie like that. However, jerking off and to porn and getting a 6-second orgasm is nothing compared to getting your fucking arm or leg blown up. There's no comparison. There's no comparison. And to think that's a great comparison, no, it isn't. That is not a comparison whatsoever. Are teenagers confused? Yes. Boys and girls as teenagers are confused. They don't know where they want to go in life. They're addicted to this thing. They're not addicted to that thing. Everyone has an addiction in life. There could be a good addiction and a bad addiction. But I think it's a little hypocritical for Christianity to talk about porn addiction when they haven't even addressed how they're going to solve their molesting priest. They really shouldn't comment on it until they find a solution to get all these priests arrested. But it is comical the way they set it up. They set it up like a depressing film. This is the way I pictured it. Cue music. Wounded on the Battlefield.
A confused teenage boy is jerking off to porn, but his roommate sees him jerking off to porn, and he's getting the thought of, this is sexy, but I'm a Christian. I cannot engage in homosexual activity. So he ignores it.
I mean, it's as comical as that, really. I mean, they could have done it funnier, but the thing is, they try to make it like a dramatic thing, but it isn't. Porn is not a problem. A porn addiction is, but watching porn every now and then, that is not a problem. And porn, I think, is a misunderstood art form of human sexuality. It really is. Because it may not be what real sex is like, but on the broad spectrum, people get ideas of what to do in the bedroom by watching porn. That benefits a lot of relationships that have been going on for like 10 plus years. And the other thing is, women and men express their sexuality in these things. They really do. They want to express their sexuality, and their route is the adult entertainment business. That's totally up to them. I have nothing wrong with that. That is their decision. Anyway, this has been the Daily Atheist. I'll be sure to have more than a couple of things that I did on the show. So, see you guys. Before I log out, cue music.